What's up guys, this is Crypto with James talking to you today about Syscoin. Now one thing I like when I'm looking at cryptos is a crypto that's had two bull cycles and is in a long-term uptrend. It's nice to see. It means the probability increases that a coin is going to break their previous all-time high. Syscoin is one of those. So we're going to take a look at what Syscoin have done recently as well, because there's been some nice innovations. Before I get into that though, excuse me, if you're new to the channel guys, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on this channel. In those videos I showed people that I was buying these cryptos up because I thought they were going to have some serious profits. Now, you can see what the prices of all these coins were when I recorded my vids. You can see what highs these coins hit 18 months on, a year and a half later. And you can see what you would have got if you popped $100 into it in terms of profit. So if you'd put $100 into each one and sold 18 months later, a $2,600 investment would have made you 123 grand in 18 months. That's not bad. I sold these. I have been buying up new cryptos. There's a bull cycle that's going to be arriving next year. So I'm buying up cryptos regularly and I share these cryptos on my website, copymycrypto.com. So we started with a couple hundred members. We now have over 3,000 members as a result of the successes we've had. I will remind people, no crypto YouTuber anywhere was calling Phantom one of the best investments of the year. I did a whole course dedicated to why this was going to 100x or more. Ended up doing 700 times gain. Technically 692 from when I found it. Now, just one of those can set you up. You know, $1,000 into that, you've got a very nice house. $2 grand into it, you're a millionaire. Now, when I find the next Phantom, I'm just going to go onto my site and tell my members about it. I found the coins that I'm in right now are ones that I believe are going to have big profits. Have a look at how you got on in the last bull cycle in terms of profits. Have a look at how the members got on at Copy My Crypto. Go to copymycrypto.com. You'll see how the members performed. Everything on the site is public record. It's all on the history of this channel, so you can go through the entire site, then you can confirm everything you read on this channel's history and see if Copy My Crypto is for you. So Syscoin, look at that. Look at that, guys. A long-term uptrend. All-time high was in January of 2022. Hit $1.31. Look at that. That's an uptrend, a long-term uptrend. And Syscoin, God, you know when, I remember it knocking about early in 2017 and seeing it. And I remember it being about 1 cent. Didn't last very long, as you can see. It banged up. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Syscoin is, it's actually a fork of Bitcoin. The whole premise is Syscoin was developed to combine the best features of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So they use proof of work, and they have an Ethereum virtual machine for smart contract functionality. So they use the same consensus algorithm as Bitcoin. Now, they're designed to support smart contracts within Metaverse, Internet of Things, smart cities, and future interplanetary economies. Now, I think we're quite a way away from that, but smart cities is something that is on the horizon. You know, there's already videos emerging of countries within Asia that have already started building their smart cities. So, I can't remember what it's called. There's one. Is it Saudi Arabia? I can't remember. Oh, it's going to annoy me. It's miles long. It's really narrow. But there's videos out already. Smart cities are going to be a thing. I think they're terrible because it's just mass surveillance. Smart tech is mass surveillance. And by the way, smart tech can be switched off. And that's why I say to people, don't get a smart meter. Because what happens when when your electric company decides you've used enough electricity? They switch your meter off. They can stop. That's what they can do with smart tech. Don't get smart tech. If you can avoid it, don't get it. Anyway, rant over. So, Syscoin has implemented ZK rollups, optimistic rollups, Validium, and DAO SYS, which is the new kind of DAO that aims to provide governance-free treasury management and self-sovereignty for all participants. They're really trying to keep in line with the sort of initial concept of Satoshi Nakamoto, whilst bringing through the sort of value that Ethereum smart contract tech brought. They've recently worked on developing Rolux, which is a layer 2 secured by Bitcoin. So Rolux presents a method of scaling Ethereum on the Syscoin platform. So they've been built on Syscoin to scale Ethereum. And it's going to leverage the power of Bitcoin to do so. So again, Syscoin, participating in something that could actually bring real value to not only Ethereum, but by sort of nature, Bitcoin. And as you can see, you can see the difference in terms of costs. Whether it's on Rolux or Optimism. The difference is pretty stark, isn't it? So, Syscoin, I do like the way that they sort of market themselves, to be fair. If you can see, it's the best of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ZK rollups. Now, their tagline is building a world where freedom is in your hands. So they pioneer the innovations for decentralization, security, scalability, and enterprise. And they talk about solving the trilemma. This is a phrase that we've heard a lot. So the trilemma is about security. It's about not having congestion. So it's about scalability, and it's about speed. It's about throughput. And if you're unfamiliar with the phrase trilemma, it was going around a lot at the beginning of 2018. In fact, that was the big overarching discussion point of blockchain tech for several years, which was, we've got to get this scalable. The throughput has to be better. It's got to be cheaper to run. Security has to be impenetrable. So Syscoin's focus is on this. Now, one thing that I'm quite pleased to see within Syscoin is that they have a number of brand ambassadors that they're sort of pushing, that they're hoping are going to push their project. So they encourage sort of the community participation to really bring Syscoin to the forefront of people's minds. They encourage content creation and all that stuff. Within innovation, they've talked about, Syscoin being the layer 1. Obviously, Rolux is now the layer 2 that is focused entirely upon utilizing Bitcoin's security to scale up Ethereum. And you can actually launch a masternode for Syscoin. And obviously, a masternode gets you pretty good incentives. You basically, as a masternode owner, would ensure that that Syscoin was secure, and it's kind of that simple, right? So what ends up happening? So 40% of Syscoin is actually locked. With over 40% of Syscoin locked in, 2,500 Syscoin masternodes and growing, it boasts one of the most decentralized service layers in all of crypto. So it's 37.17%. So this is how it works. So today, over 50% of masternodes serving our network have been active for longer than 2 years. So if you've not been active for long, it's not like you're not going to get tons. But if you've been active for a while, so if you launched a brand new masternode, you would get an additional 5,000 Syscoin a year, which, granted, that's $500. That's not nothing. And, if you've been doing it for 2.5 years, you get 9,600, which is pretty damn good. Especially when you factor in what you believe Syscoin could hit. Now, it's worth noting, 55 Sys rewards roughly every hour. So you need 100,000 Syscoin to run a masternode. So in context, you know, that's 10 grand. Well, no, it's not. It's 11,570 bucks to run a masternode. But if you do, you know, you'd have that 100,000, and then you would also be getting 5,000 every year if you're starting off. And the question is what can Syscoin hit? Well, you know, firstly, Syscoin, you can get it everywhere, guys. If you can get it at BitGet. There's a partner link in the description. I'm partnered with BitGet because they are a top 5 exchange in the making. They're already knocking about there. They're doing better volume than a lot of the big name exchanges that have been around for 4 or 5 years. They have quality earn features. If you are someone who wants to earn passively, they've got some very, very nice features. They've also got a $1,000 tether airdrop that you can get if you are new to BitGet. Using the partner link in the description will give you discounts on trading fees, and then you'll be eligible for that $1,000 airdrop. Now, back to Syscoin. I honestly think that's going to hit about $1.50. That's a long-term uptrend. There is no reason this can't hit $1.50. They've added in Rolex, which is a layering solution for Ethereum via Bitcoin security. Their own layer 1 is strong. They're starting to add to this, starting to innovate, and it is in a long-term uptrend. That matters so much. So what can this hit? Absolutely, this could hit $1.50. It could even hit $2. I would not be surprised at all. But all-time high is $1.31. I expect it to break that. And if it breaks $1.31, you've got to be looking at 150, 160, 170. But we'll go with 150 because it's a nice round number. I would not be surprised to see that hit. And like I said, if you want to run a masternode, you can do. It is going to run you about 11.5 grand. But if it does break its previous high, that masternode is worth $150,000. And you'll have also got an additional 5,000 whatever Syscoin for running the masternode for a year. So that's another 7.5 grand. So you probably, you know, it could run up to about, could make you about 157 grand, which is pretty good. Again, not financial advice or anything, but I think this is a strong project, and a long-term uptrend matters so damn much. 2 bull cycles back to back, new highs hit. That's such a really good sign. Let me know what you guys think about Syscoin in the comments down below. And guys, on this channel you get information you don't get anywhere else. So if you've never subscribed, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss this info, because it's valuable. Just showing you a way, a coin, yeah, granted it would cost you 11.5 grand, but it could make you 157. Anyway, that is it from me, guys. And before I go, if you want to make your crypto investing easier, go to copymycrypto.com. Because it's not only easier, there's no work involved. I do everything. I dive into the markets every day. I find coins that I think are winners. I tell the members about them. Tell them exactly what I'm putting in, and they can copy along. When I sell a coin, I do the exact same thing. How did you get on in the last bull cycle? Did you do well? Were you happy with your profits? What was your overall profit across your portfolio? Have a look, compare against the members at Copy My Crypto. Go onto the website, go see what the members achieved. Everything on the website is public record, so you can verify absolutely everything that you read by going through the videos on this channel. It's all here. And you can make a decision if this is something that you're going to benefit from. But don't sleep on it. Go check it out now to make a decision. And that is it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.